How are we doing, everyone? Hope you're all well, and thank you for joining me for this one. I'm back down the local day ticket. It's just gone 7 o'clock in the morning, so apologies if you can hear the road. There is going to be traffic to and fro from work, unfortunately, during this one. But it's Tuesday, 2nd of December. Yesterday, it absolutely chucked it down. This morning, it's meant to be a lot milder than it is. It's bloody freezing. I've got all my winter suit on. It's meant to be like 10 degrees already. It definitely is not that. I've jumped back on the long lake. I was going to try this video on the main lake because I stand more of a chance of catching a fish, but after yesterday's downpour, it's pretty much flooded around there. You know, I don't want to drive my van around the track. There's puddles and it's water laying everywhere. So we're doing it on the long lake. Hopefully we get a fish on this one. If we don't, we don't. But we're going to be using a tactic that a lot of people don't even know exists, let alone use, and that is the PVA bag swivel. I think originally Gardner Tackle brought these out. I might be wrong. Like I say, I've used them a bit over the years, maybe not often enough, but in this one, that's what we're going to be using. So let me spin you around, show you where I've decided to go, and let's get on with it. So you'll have to excuse the lighting. It's still a bit sort of not quite light yet. In the background, we've got a train going as well, so apologies. It's going to be a noisy one, this one, unfortunately, but I'll try my best to sort of do clips in between the traffic if possible. But I'm coming back in the peg I fished on here last time because I had a couple of fish out of it. So the conditions haven't got any warmer and they haven't got any worse, so hopefully the fish are still going to be sort of holding in this area. Plus it's a nice spacious peg as well. Last time we had a fish from this area, didn't we? So obviously we're going to be fishing one there, one there, one there. All the same tactic, all the same setup. The only difference on my rod setup this time is we're using the PVA bag swivel, and there is 2 reasons for that. So let me get some kit all set up and sorted and that, and then I'll bring you back when we're ready to go through the rod setup, get the rods out there and see what happens. So while I'm setting rigs up, rods up, etc., before that I'm going to get some bait in the water now. Let the fish have time to possibly come and find it before we get some rods in. The bait is 15mm trick nut and 11mm sweet nut pellets. Okay, over the course of the day, not in this particular video, but over the course of the day, this lot will have all gone in. There's about ½ kilo of the pellet, and there's maybe 1.5 kilos of the boilie. So 2 kilos of bait on a day session might seem excessive, but in here I don't think it is. You know, the fish don't get bait in here. I've said it loads. People don't put bait in. So if you turn up and you put bait in around the lake where everyone just fishes little bags and that, the fish will come onto this. I've also souped this up a little bit. This isn't just your standard out the bag trick nut. What I've done is now, because it's cold, I've added some of that to it. Not loads. I've doused this lot, and there's another, say, 3 kilo in the van that I've pre-soaked. This will last a good fortnight before it even starts to turn on a shelf life boilie, so don't think you can only do it the night before, or if you don't use it or you've got to throw it in, you haven't. You'll get a good couple of weeks before the sugars and stuff in this will start to react with this, but it is a really, really good additive to add to your winter fishing. So trick nuts soaked in Baileys, 11mm sweet nut pellets. We're just going to scatter some around there, there and there, basically all around the area, not in a small spot. And that's it. We'll give the fish time to find it while we're getting set up. So let's get some bait in. So not excessive, but more than enough to get the fish grubbing around. Yeah, that'll do for this video. I'll see you when some rods are set up. While everything's laid out, because I've just took a picture to put on my thumbnail, well, hopefully anyway I have, I thought I'll run you through what we're using, how to set this swivel up, how it works, etc. And then we'll get some on clipped on the rods and we'll get fishing. So I've got a bucket, that's one of the Fox 5 litre buckets. You'll see I've tied loads of PVA big mesh bags up in advance, purely because if it's raining it's just easier, you know, just to grab one out of a bucket. The pellets in them are dry, the crumbed up trick nut in them are dry, so they're not going to soak in and stop the PVA melting. So that is a mixture of the Pure Cuts pellets and trick nut crumbed up together. In there is the bait we've just put in, pellets we've just put in. In here is 15mm trick nut, but they're just soaked in a lot more Baileys. You might be able to see if I sort of tilt it a bit. There's loads of it in there, so they're going to be more potent than those, hopefully making that match the hatch stand out over that pile we've just put in. If not, the PVA bag's going to do it. Looks like my goo's leaked a little bit in the bucket. Never mind, that's a good thing. It's going to go on there shortly because we are going to be using the old Pure Cuts plum goo, definitely. Rigs wise, flip rig again, but what I've done is I've taken the coating off and I've shortened them down. Normally they're 7 inches coating right the way through. They're now 5 inches, and I've left about 1 centimetre, maybe just over 1 centimetre of coated braid coming out the shrink tube. Like I say, 3 of those are the hook baits. Let me get my little pointing stick. So this here is a PVA bag swivel. So it's a size 8 swivel, and you'll see it's got, don't really know what you'd call it. Looks a bit like a, I don't know, a tennis racket sort of shaped swivel kind of clip thing that goes on it. Don't even know what it's called, if I'm honest. That is how they come. You'll need to add, to fish how I'm going to fish it, you'll need to add a quick clip, and then when it's finished, that's, you just put the quick clip on the same bit as that. So that's what it will look like. You'll then need one of the old, well, it doesn't have to be a KORDA one, but I use the KORDA silicone sleeves. That's what keeps your hook link on your quick clip. I'm sure a lot of you are already aware of that, but that's how it works. And basically what I'm going to do is I'll pause you and I'll show you how you connect one of these to it. But basically this knot here, that's what goes through that big hoop, and then it slides down. So you put the knot through sort of like this bit, and then you'll slide it down. But I will show you how it's done. It's just not very easy holding the phone trying to do it one-handed. So let me bring you back when it's ready to show you. Let's see how well this one goes then. So this is stage 1, okay. I mean, I haven't got the quick clip on the swivel because I don't need it on this to show you this, but you put the knot through that big hoop, okay, and then when it's through the hoop, you then slide it down so it sits in the thin narrow bit. That's where it locates, okay. Then comes in the hook link. That's what the quick clip's for. You hook your hook link on, or loop it on I should say, silicone sleeve over the end of the clip. All I've done is just pulled the hook in just to show you how it kind of works. I would tie that hair around because it can move around, but basically it then goes out like that, okay. So all the force of the cast is taken on the PVA bag knot. There's no stress going on that hook point at all. The reason you don't want stress on the hook point, especially casting out a bag of this size, is the knotless knot isn't foolproof. If you put a lot of force through it, it can twist itself round, and then your hair comes off at the wrong angle. I'm sure when you've caught fish in the past, you might have thought, hang on a minute, it's ruined my hook link, my knot's gone all funny. That's because of the pressure. If you pull a knotless knot down very, very tight, you can physically watch the knot spin round. That's what these are invented for. So what I would do there is I would maybe hook it a little bit further up the bag and then PVA the hair round, and also PVA the lead round. What I'm going to do is I'll get a rod set up and I'll show you, and I'll explain why I've PVA'd it, because there is 2 reasons for that. So let me get these on rods and I'll run you through that, then we'll get fishing. Stop looking at that, you're not having it. It's way too early for that. Can't we tell it's the first bloody video of the day? Let's run you through the rod setup, because I'm getting all excited about casting in. I haven't even got the bloody rod setup done yet. I've got rods out, you'll see, all set. Backrest today. I am going to put them on here because the ground is that soft now. It's just easy to get them in, so I may as well have them. But all 3 rods are the same. 18-pound KORDA contour fluorocarbon. I'm going to be doing a review on that probably today actually, so that might be worth checking it out. And then that comes down to the dark matter tungsten tubing. Then you'll see 2.5 ounce swivel distance lead, the KORDA run clip, and then like I say, the PVA bag swivel with the quick clip. All 3 rods are the same. That's that one. I will show you the other 2, not that I'm not going to have them all set the same, because that's what the bloody video is about. But there you go, that one there and that one there. Right, now let me get them rigged up, PVA'd up, and let's get them in the pond. Well, I'm actually going to get one rod out at a time, but you'll see I've PVA'd it up. The hair won't tangle now because the hook is PVA'd flat to it. Where is it? Come on, let's show you. The hook's flat, so it can't physically tangle around the hook now. It's had a load of the old plumb go in. I'm going to get this one out first. That'll be the right hand one. We're going to put it sort of a third of the way out because that seemed to be the area. A third of the way out, that's where they were last time. So makes sense to start there this time, doesn't it? Time for the left hand rod now. You'll see I've got bloody goo on the lead. Exactly the same, PVA'd it. I've put the hook further up the bag this time and I've PVA'd the hair a lot more securely. Just covered myself in goo. Never mind, eh? The old kit's not getting knackered, you're not using it, are you? Okay, now for the middle rod, again exactly the same, but I'm just going to put this one in the deeper area. So we've got two a third of the way out and one in the centre of the lake then, just to see if they have moved right in the deeper water. That's the best angle I can sort of get so you can see all three rods if anything happens. I'm going to give it a maximum of 3 hours. I know I'd cut things down to 2, but I'm going to give it a maximum of 3 hours because the conditions are really, really difficult at the moment. If we get a bite before that, happy days. If it's a long way into sort of that period, I might call that it. If we get a bite really, really quick, then I'll put it back out again and we'll carry on and see if we can get a second one. But to be honest with you, I think if we get one fish on any video I make today, it will be an absolute result. So fingers crossed. Like I say, everything I'm confident in that's gone out there, it all depends whether the fish are feeding or not. If they are, they'll get onto the bait I've put in fairly quick. If they're not, we're probably fishing over a minefield of bait that isn't getting touched. So could have killed it from the start, who knows. Fingers crossed I've got it right. Well, I've had you sitting on the old camera stand down there. You'll see the sun is getting up now. The reason I've come back around this side, not only because we had a fish or two fish last time around here, is I noticed we started, let me walk back down here without falling arse over tit. We started over there, didn't I? The last time I come here and it was cold. This bank looks a lot warmer, so I thought, do you know what, we're going to get here ready for when the sun's on it. The sun is fully on it now. It's lovely. It is actually warmed up now, so that's nice. Rods are in. All the disturbance is done. You know, the sun's on this bank now. I'm hopeful we get a bite. Like I say, I'm not really giving it a time limit as such. But there has to draw a line that maybe I need to change the approach to try and catch something, because I would like to catch a fish today whilst I'm here. I would like to get one on each video I make while I'm here, but yeah, I think just getting one today is going to be an achievement in itself. So fingers crossed something happens. I'm going to put you back on the stand so you can watch the rods again. I'm going to get the kettle on, bring my chair down here, sit in the sun back there because it looks very nice, and we'll just see what happens. Cheers all, and no, for a change, it isn't the first one of the vlog, it's the second one of the vlog. I've already had a coffee in the background, watching the water earlier, letting you watch the rods. Nothing has happened, so that's changed it up a bit, because normally I say, yeah, first one of the vlog, let me take the time to say thanks. No, it's the second one of the vlog, but as always, let me take the time to say thank you to you lot for supporting my channel in whatever way that you do. I really, really do genuinely appreciate it, and that's why I say it in every video. Apologies for you lot that are bored of hearing it. You're going to hear it in every vlog you watch, because it is important that I take the time to say it, because it is genuinely meant. Especially you lot that are subscribed, you're supporting me in the strongest way possible, so it really does help the channel grow. Honestly, the more subscribers I get, the more popular my channel looks, the more people it gets advertised to, and basically that's how it snowballs and gets bigger and bigger. You know, being a subscriber is free, there's no contract, it doesn't cost you nothing. You can unsubscribe whenever you want. You literally just press subscribe, that's it, you're done. If you change your mind, press it again, you unsubscribe. It takes 2 seconds. And the bell icon, if you click the bell icon after you subscribed, it tells you whenever I release a video. If you don't subscribe, I don't think you can do that. But my videos, 99% of the time, will be at 6 PM in the evening if there's going to be one. So if you don't want to subscribe, don't think, oh well, I won't know when you've released one. Have a look at 6 o'clock in the evening. That's when they'll be there, if they're going to be there. If you don't subscribe, whatever reason, like I say, maybe just every now and then give the video a thumbs up or a comment or something like that. It would be really, really appreciated and also really helps. But again, if you don't want to do nothing, you just want to turn on, watch what I've got up to, be left alone and turn it off when you're finished, that's still really supporting the channel. The view in itself is supporting the channel, you know. So whatever it is you do from me, thank you very much. It really, really does mean a lot. As for the fishing on this one, I don't think I can do much more at the moment than what I am. The bait, I could have killed it before we've started. I don't think so, you know. There's not many people fish this lake, and there certainly isn't a lot of bait going here. There's enough fish in here to warrant bait going in. You get the bloody crays in here, so they could be down there having a field day at the minute, but the temperature has dropped quite a lot in the water, so they will have slowed down hopefully. Normally I bring my rod out to check the rig and put it back. I'm taking a gamble on this one. I'm not. They're staying out for the duration. If they go, they go. If they don't, they don't. I've got my rods in before the sun's got on this bank, so the disturbance is out the way. They're all settled in position. There's a nice bed of bait out there. There's a really effective rig with a high attract hook bait, high attract bag of pellets and go around it. If the fish are here, I don't see why we won't catch them. The only thing that could be working against us is the depth of water. We're in quite a deep, I don't know, I'd say about 12 foot, I guess. If the fish are up in the higher layers because it's warmer there, and it might be too cold at the moment that will drop down with all the rain that's come in, they're probably not going to go down on the bait, and it's going to be crayfish food. That's the gamble you take, you know. If we get a bite off the spot, I'll happily put more bait in. If we don't, I don't know. The next tactic I'm going to try today might be a single hook bait approach, just in case we nick one. I don't know, but for now I'm going to just sit back, enjoy being in the sun because it is nice. It's a shame all the rain fell yesterday because there's a lot of cold water gone in quickly, which obviously the cold hits the hot and then it sinks through, so the bottom layer of the lake must be colder than the top now. So that's the only thing I can think that's going to work against me. But like I said, I'm going to sit in the sun, drink my coffee, put you watching the rods. Hopefully we catch one. If we don't, we don't. While I'm waiting for a bite, there's a couple of other little sort of review information videos I might make. So if you do see them and you see these rods in the background of those videos, you know I've done it on this day, don't you? But anyway, from me again, thanks very much for the support. So you'll see down here the older 3 spools of contour that are going to go on them reels probably later today or tomorrow. I've managed to make that video. Believe me, if you've watched it, that didn't happen first take. Absolute nightmare, but it's done. We're now 10 past 11. I've looked at the clock, it's 10 past 11. I've had my rods in from, I don't know what time, 7:30, maybe 8 o'clock at the latest. So we're nearly up to 3 hours. We're definitely on 3 hours. Let's say we've done 3 hours. I ain't had a bleep. There's a bit of a ripple got on the lake, and I don't really know what to do with this one now because there's not really much in it. I don't particularly think it's very long, but I also think sitting here now, if I make another little video on something else, the outcome's going to be the same at that. These rods won't have moved. I think I'm pissing in the wind. It's just not happening. So I'm contemplating wrapping this one up, apologising now and also at the end of the video for a short one with no fish, and going in with a different tactic and maximising what time I've got left today. So I'll have a think and I'll bring you back. So I've had a think about it and you'll see I've wound them all in. I can't waste any more time on this one. I need to start the next one because if not I'm going to sit here all day and probably catch nothing, when I can swap, start a new tactic, make a new video, hopefully put one on that. But what I am going to do is just show you the baits. That's coming perfect. That's coming pretty much perfect. I think that was just an imperfection in the boilie itself. And over here, that one's coming perfect. So no craze, but look, you'll see that took no crushing that at all. They're very, very soft. Craze could have, look, literally, the craze could have got all 3 of these baits off very, very easily. You know, that was on its time limit. If the cray had plucked to that, that wouldn't have had a bait on. All 3 have got baits on, so either the craze has slowed down or they're too pissed on the bailies to worry about the hook baits. Either one's good with me. So let's spin you around, do the outro and the old apology, and I'll get on with something else today and see if I can put a fish on the next one. So unfortunately, no fish on this one. Have I killed it by putting the bait in? I don't know. Hopefully the next vlog will tell me yes or no, because what we're going to go in with is going to be a standout approach. So if there is a scatter in a bait, maybe the fish will pick up what I'm going to put out next. So hopefully you'll join me for that one. Apologies, there is no fish on this one. I've tried some. At the minute it's not worked out, but I have learnt that the crays are not active or they don't like Baileys, so could have found a plus point on this one, who knows. But anyway, from me, thanks for watching again. Sorry no fish. Hopefully you'll join me for the next one after this. Hopefully there will be fish on that one and we can redeem this one. But until next time, thanks for watching. Take care. If you're out on the bank, stay warm, safe, dry and all that bizzo. Don't forget the old thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.